yourself on the stage. And one not dead so dead person. And we will begin the show.
Detective. I take on the toughest, dirtiest cases in English literature. That's why King Hamlet had called to tell me that something was rotten in the state of Denmark. But before the old guy could cry, "Murder most foul," somebody croaked him, and I was up to my peepers in betrayal, a couple more murders, revenge, a king who wanted me dead, a prince who couldn't decide what he wanted, and did I mention murder? It was the most dangerous case of my career, and yet the greatest murder mystery ever told. If I were you, pal, I'd take notes. There'll be a quiz at the end of the play. It ended like most of my cases, with everybody dead. The king was dead, the queen was dead, the prince was almost dead.
Oh, I die, good friend. The potent poison quite overthrows my spirit, and the rest is silence.
Unfortunately, the rest wasn't silent. For a guy who was checking out, Prince Hamlet had a lot to say. It doesn't take much to see that the problems of one Danish prince don't amount to a hill of beans in this crazy world. But what the heck? I'll tell his story. I owe him that much. It all began with the summons from the King of Denmark. He wouldn't say what the problem was. He wouldn't say what the problem was, but he sounded worried. Very worried. So I packed up and headed for Elsinore. Me? I worked for the FBI, the Fictional Bureau of Investigation. That's right, I'm a fictional detective. When I finally reached the castle, I was told I could find the king resting in the garden. He was in the garden all right, but he wasn't resting.
Murder most foul.
Yeah, it usually is.
In my ear.
He was fading fast. I leaned in closer. Yeah, it usually is!
You don't have to shout, I'm dying, not dead.
You said in your ear.
Poison in my ear.
That would do it.
I must be avenged.
Sorry, King. I'm a Seamus. A gumshoe.
Speak it Elizabethan English.
I'm a detective. I'm afraid that vengeance isn't a part of the job description.
My son.
Your son murdered you?
No, my son didn't murder me. He must avenge me. Help him, time. Help Hamlet avenge me. Promise me, time. Promise me.
Yeah, sure. I'll get the guy who killed you. Just one question.
Yes.
Who murdered you?
It was.
How do you spell that? He didn't answer me. He was dead. And one thing you learn in the detective game is that dead men give lousy answers. I made a promise, and now I was stuck with it. The code of the fictional detective demanded that I help the king's son avenge his death. If I ever find the guy who wrote that code, him and me are going to have a long talk with a bright light and a rubber hose. So now I had to find out who whacked the old man. That's the way it works. First you find the killer, then you avenge. You could do it the other way around, but then you'd have to kill everybody.